Hello guys, do you know what? I told you that I will be bringing you updates with the best platforms that are going on within the crypto space. Well, you might have missed some of the exciting ICOs, but I want to bring some ICOs to you so that you don't actually miss these things. Now, you've seen that there's a correlation between currently we live in the digital age, right? And if we are living in a digital age, you will discover that with the advent of the internet coming, the internet has been able to bet certain companies that have actually transformed lives. Google has tens of thousands of workers, the same thing with Amazon and other platforms, right? Now, there are people who have made a career off platforms like Facebook, like social media influencers, those who are into digital marketing. Those are some of the things that the internet made possible. And now you now have Amazon have staffs, marketers. Amazon have technical guys, business guys, and the rest of them. So you have thousands of workers, right? Now, not only that, you have those who are selling on Amazon and who do not actually have a store and they are making money. So the issue of I don't have money to rent a store to go through all this is taken off with Amazon. Those are very, very helpful things that we done. But the issue now comes with how many people can actually access the internet, and at what cost can they access the internet. Currently, in countries like Nigeria, the minimum you can actually access the internet to pay for the bandwidth, let's say 900 900 megabytes, something like that, which is less than 1 gigabyte, is going to cost you more than $3. That is not a very good one. Though there are some countries that you can actually there are some European countries like Romania and some other countries, you can actually get internet for 1 month for free at the rate of, I think, maybe 200 or 100 megabytes per second for less than $10. Yeah, which is a very good one. But what about countries like Nigeria, some other countries in Africa or Asia or Bangladesh? These things are not there, right? And this in these countries, you discover that the internet service providers are actually the guys who are the telecom guys. So you buy you buy the phone, the SIM, you buy the airtime, and then you also buy internet with it, right? So how about if you bring a system where we don't need these guys, we don't need the big infrastructures like underlining optical fiber cables or coaxial cables or all the rest of them. All these big infrastructure are taken off. What about if we bring a system where like you can communicate with your a Bluetooth and another Bluetooth can actually communicate. So that is what this system wants to do. Let me give you some statistics. Some of the statistics out there is that there are over 4 billion people that lack internet access. There are people who, if you tell them what is internet, they don't know what is internet. They may even have a smartphone to actually browse the internet, but they don't know what is internet. Then other people again, maybe they don't have the money to actually browse the internet. Now, there are tons of phones that they are estimating that about 6 billion phones will be all over the world, right? 6 billion smartphones, and then there is an estimation of 20 billion IoT devices. Now, the issue of internet becomes very critical. So, in a nutshell, without making this video very, very, very long, what RIGHTMESH wants to do, they want to connect the unconnected by using your smartphone. So how would they do that? You know how the internet works. You know how the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi works. Let's take for example, you want to transfer a file. Those days when we had something like Nokia, you want to transfer a file from one person to another. You tell them please on your Bluetooth, so you connect, right? And with that Bluetooth, you can actually send messages. Yeah, there were some Bluetooth messages you can actually send message, but the person have to be close, right? Now, we now had smartphones like that were running on the Android platforms. So you now have file sharing applications like Zenda. Which one again? I think I can only remember Zenda and the rest of them. Now with Zenda, you can now send internet through you cannot send files, messages or whatever through these platforms. So we have few systems you can actually use to share. You have the Bluetooth, you have the infrared, then you have the Wi-Fi technology. What about if we bring in a system where we connect all these devices together? Then someone can literally, as you can see from here, someone can actually access data in a not in a simple one. So someone does we don't need the internet, we don't need SIM cards, we don't need hardware, we don't need middlemen, we don't need any of these stuffs. It will be a very exciting one, right? I don't want to go through the white paper. The white paper is a very detailed one. It explains everything, how they want to integrate some SDKs and some of the rest things. Now, mind you, what these guys wants to do, there are some platforms that have been actually trying to implement this stuff, like Spaces, Google, Facebook, and the rest of them, trying to bring in the system. Now, but one of the things they actually discuss is how free is actually free in the system. Now, because when you actually sign up for a platform like Facebook, Google, and Twitter, and the rest of them, there is one thing that they did not actually tell you. One of the things they did not tell you, that they will be actually handling your data. And in EU, there is something that I'm trying to actually bring it to your notice. There is something they call the global data protection rights. Now, the global data protection rights, it encompasses the right of consent, the right to access the data, the right to change data, the right to complain, the right to portability, and the right to erasure. So I will be explaining all this when I'm in the video I made about the algebra of data. So let's not go that. Let's talk about how free is free. So if Facebook and Google and Spaces and the rest of them are actually trying to say, okay, we want to give you a free internet. The question is, they are doing that at your cost. We don't want that. We don't want that. So let's take that off. The another feature about this system is they want to bring in a system where you can develop applications, because they will be releasing their software development kit, which is the SDK, to the public, and you can develop applications that can actually help in the betterment of society. And I think one of the videos I was watching, they were talking about this developing applications that can help people respond in emergency. You know, there are some flaws with the telecoms or your internet service provider. Like some of the flaws, like we've had issues with some governments shutting down the internet over in a country over some time, and not only that, we in case there was an explosion or maybe something happened in a community, and maybe natural disasters happen and the people are disconnected from internet, or there's an earthquake, you can't communicate with some people. We don't want that. So we want to bring in a system where we can actually create network from nothing. So they will be using mesh. They will be using a mesh network. And before now, there are some guys that have been able to do society things like Go Token. They've been using Go Token method. So in a nutshell, what would these guys do? The phone you have, they will be, because a lot of people don't know what the phone can actually do and what is behind the phone. They will be creating a platform where you can actually connect your phone with other people, peer to peer, or you connect your laptop with other people, and communication can actually take place. Let's see page. Let's talk about the team, page 27, and see some of the stuff about the team. Okay, this is the team. The team technical leadership. You have Dr. Jason Ernst, the Chief Networking Officer. holds a PhD in the field of mesh networking and heterogeneous wireless networks, as well as a master's in scheduling techniques for wireless mesh networks, both from the applied computing faculty at the University of Guelph, where he also still serves as an adjunct professor. Justin has more than 20 published papers on wireless network, cognitive agents, FPGAs, and soft computing topics, and the rest of them. So that's a very, very good resume. And Dr. Jean David Wang, Dr. Jean David Wang received a PhD degree from the University of British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada. He's also a research fellow at UBC and a faculty member in the School of Business at Quantley Polytechnic University. That's a very impressive resume. Then Sergio Abraham, the Chief Product Officer. You can see him on YouTube and the rest of them. Then you now have Rabiko Islam. Let's see some of his profile. In his role as CTO, Rabik sets the pace of left application technology, including key recruitment of engineering and mobile technologies, and the business and marketing leadership. John Loftor. They have a very good resume, and they have a very good team. And then you have the advisors, co-founder Foundry, founder Parallel Payments, UNC professor and author. Daniel Greeley is associate professor, director of PS, Les Bose mobile growth and licensing. Then who is left? Now left is the 80th person. Parent company on RIGHTMESH. Over half of the company employees are full-time workers, working to execute RIGHTMESH vision. So established in 2010, RIGHTMESH is a global media and innovation company that uses technologies to solve some of the world's biggest problems and some of the stuff. Now, mesh enabled applications built by Left. Now you have your upgrade messaging, sharing, and content discovery app. So these are things that have been working. Let's copy this thing, and let's copy this thing, and let's get on board, and let's see the site. Let's see things for ourselves. Okay, so this is the app. I've not actually downloaded it. I've not actually downloaded it. Okay, discover, share, and connect without the internet. Yo is the fastest way to discover the world around you from your mobile device. So, guys, I'm going to download this thing. I'm going to see it. So, if I can actually communicate with people without the internet, it will be a very, very good one, right? So, if people get holds on this thing, people from I think Nigeria has a very, very large internet population, and the cost of internet there is very, very high. People from Bangladesh, India, China. If this thing spreads out to people, and you can actually connect to the internet without these stuffs, it's going to make a lot of waves. Okay, let's go to the right and let's see some of the things. Okay. Which is available both in English and Spanish, have garnered more than 1 million installs and is used predominantly in emerging economies including India, Bangladesh, Mexico, Colombia, Guatemala, and more. It was the company's work in Cuba, where connectivity is poor to nearly non-existent, that saw the technology recognized by Wireless Broadband Alliance as the winner of the best wireless innovation and experience in social impact. And the rest of them. Okay, mesh network. Mesh chat has been built on the open source application that can be used globally to chat and share without using the internet. Great ones. Then you have other applications. And this is the thing. So guys, is this thing going to succeed? I think so. It's going to succeed. I did a review, I did the research on cost of the cost of internet per country. Is very, very expensive in some countries to actually connect to the internet. So guys, I think this thing is going to succeed because bye to SIM card, bye to the internet, bye to hardware, and bye bye to mobile men. You can come into the system, develop apps with their software development kits, and we are good to go. So do have a very nice day.